Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. It has been a while. My last upload was like 7 days ago. In today's video, we are going to talk about runes. How to get them, how they work, how to power them up, what are the best for your Pokemon, and other things. Today we are over here with our Lord and Savior, Pikachu. And, and as usual, 3 codes on the screen, and if you guys want to join our Discord, whatever, all the links are in the description below. This video actually took way more effort than I thought it would, so leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. And as always, comment section, use it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any suggestions for future videos, just do it. I always try my best to read your comments, and it's always awesome. Anyways, starting by the basics. Runes, what are they? They are just another way of powering up your Pokemon, but allow you to focus in a specific stat or multiple stats that you might need on your Pokemon. There are runes for every single stat. There's HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Now, you could put multiple ones on your Pokemon, but that's not ideal. What is ideal is that you put all of the same stat on your Pokemon because it will give you a boost. The rune system, or more specifically the Rune Tower, unlocks at level 55. Even though you unlock the rune system a little bit earlier, like there's a mission that you can do and you get yourself some runes, but like when you can start actually farming the runes is on level 55 because you unlock the Rune Tower. Now, as we can see over here on the Rune Tower, you can choose whatever kind of rune you want to go for, and it has a lot of challenges. It's tedious sometimes. It has like so many trainers, so many enemy trainers that you might get bored, but keep in mind, it's worth it because at the end, after you defeat it, you can just blitz it and you don't need to spend your time anymore. The highest the floor you go, the more rewards you will get. And let me actually just show you over here really quick how much you can get. So you can get some gold, you can get some stardust, and you can get yourself some runes of the stat that you are blitzing. As you can see, I got, for example, a blue with 3 stars, but this is random, and the higher floor, you get better rewards, but it's still random. I'm just going, for example, this one is a purple, so it actually depends on luck on whatever you get. And I'm getting 4 stars, as you can see. I'm trying to get something. There you go. You also get the reset stones. We are going to talk about it later in the video, and that's basically it. Achieving a high floor can be a little bit tedious sometimes, because there's like a lot of enemies, at least 6, and all of them with like 5 or 6 Pokemon, so it's actually a big challenge. I can tell that myself, I played this mostly with Greninja and Tyranitar as attackers, but then I also want to share a quick tip for you guys. Bring Pokemons with immunities. What do I mean by this? For example, there was multiple floors where there was enemies with fighting type moves. Fighting type moves could be dangerous for my Greninja or for my Tyranitar. So what would I bring? I would bring a ghost type to the team. One of the ghost types that I used to play was Durfloon because he was ghost and fly, and that could also make me avoid earthquakes from the enemy. And the other one was Mimikyu. Besides having the disguise, which can take 1 hit if it gets hit, also was good against Lucario, for example, because I remember he had like a normal type move, a fighting type move, and a dragon type move. So Mimikyu was completely immune to everything, and even though Mimikyu was very weak, it could take the Lucario alone. Or also you can take a ghost ground type to have electric immunity as well. That's up to you. There's multiple things you can try. But the big tip that I can share is that when you are playing against these bots, like you're playing against the game, they actually are following an attack pattern. While you are playing, you will notice that they will use 3 moves in a row, and then they will repeat those 3 moves. So remember, you can use that for your advantage. You know that the enemy will use, for example, close combat on the next turn because you played against that Pokemon already, so you just swap into a ghost type. It buys you time. You can set up something else. And when I say something else, let me just share you a quick tip that it was actually very useful for me. It was Pain Split. Pain Split Mimikyu, since Mimikyu was ghost type and Fairy was immune to a lot of stuff, and also I could just switch in Mimikyu, and Mimikyu would just pain split and take a lot of HP from the enemy even though it had low power. But anyways, there's a lot of strategies. I just want to give you guys like my own strategies that I used. Let's continue the video. You can also get the runes from the runes gacha, but this one is only unlocked at level 60. I will talk a little bit more about it later in the video, and I will also showcase one opening over here. Now, when you get the runes are a little bit random, right? As you can see, like 4 stars, 3 stars, whatever, you have to rely on luck to get something that you like. Now, for example, I can click on this, and it shows me all the stats that it has. The bigger the stars, the better the main stat is. The bigger the color, the better these stats will be. Actually, it's a different logic for the color. It's more like if I grab an orange, it already comes with all the 4 stats. And for example, if I go for a green, it only comes with 1 stat. So that's basically the logic around it. But at the end of the day, you will get more stats if you get an orange one, because it already comes with the 4 stats. So when you enhance it, when you level up this rune, it will actually give you even more. Long story short, the best case scenario, of course, would be to get a 5-star rune that would also be orange at base. When you are looking for what runes should you put on your Pokemon, you don't want to look at just the stats that you are getting, but mostly at the percentages. The percentages give you the most stats. But let's look at this one. For example, I am going to say in this video that you should level up runes that have percentage as a main stat, because that provides you the best benefit. But right now, I had no better options because, well, this rune, 4 stars, yes, it had a garbage main stat, true, but the sub-stats, I leveled up a little bit, and the sub-stats actually give me percentage special attack, percentage speed, and percentage special defense. It would be the best thing that I can use right now. But I've been talking about enhancing and whatever. Let's actually go to a random rune that I have over here, and let's power it up. And as I said a while ago, the main stat is according to the stars. So for example, I have this blue one, starts with special defense at 8%, and if I go to this white one, it's basically the same thing. Now, if I try and enhance this rune over here, it will ask me for Stardust, and I'm actually going to do 1 by 1. As you can see, enchant success, but it's not always successful. It gets to a point where, well, it will fail. You can see over here, this is the main stat, right? And it says it's going to attack plus 14%. This is a typo, don't be scared. It will not change your main stat. Basically, it's just going from 12% to plus 14%. And as we can see, on the next level, we are already plus 2, right? It will enhance or add secondary stats to the next level. And we just click once and enhance success, and you could see that it actually did increase some of my stats. Now, enhancing can be expensive. Let me actually try. I just failed. I just had another success. I just failed. Oh, next one, it will add or it will do something. It will do something. Let's actually try to enhance. Please don't fail. It was success. Okay, we got more stats. Now, you can see the pattern. We are getting more stats. But in this situation, let me just pretend that I'm going to enhance the small one. Do I have enough? Let me try. Maybe I'm lucky enough for this. Yes, in this situation, as you can see, it added a 5% defense over here, and it changed color. It went from a gray to green. It's normal. If we go over here to this question mark, it has a lot of explanations, and you guys can just come over here and actually read some of this. But for example, rune enhance, and it says that your rune will get like the secondary stats be enhanced or add a new secondary stat at the level 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Now, each of the first 4 numbers, like the level 3, 6, 9, and 12, is for the stats that you already have. It's for these ones. So level 3, level 6, level 9, and level 12. But that's why the orange one is good, because it already starts with this. So what this means is that instead of adding something new, which is what happened with over here, our gray one. Yeah, right, we had a gray. It did not have a stat, so at level 3 it added a stat. Now, if this was a golden one or something like that, instead of adding the stat, it actually enhances the stat. So you get a boost on that stat, which is awesome. I'm basically just over here explaining the logics between each colors and each stars so that you guys can actually understand everything about this. But as you can understand, upgrading runes gets expensive, not only on gold, but also on Stardust. So with that said, that's where the runes gacha comes in. Because, well, one thing that we can do is actually decompose some runes. Looking at whatever I have over here, I have like 3 special attack, 1 physical attack, and 2 physical attack, and a little bit of speed. Not what I was looking for. Let's just go and check what we got for at least special attack, just for the video. When you open Gacha, it's always 5 stars. And this is very handy because you can decompose these things. Decompose is the best thing because, well, let me just click on decompose and I'll show you guys. When you decompose something, I'm going to order by stars. When you decompose something, the good thing is that according to stars, you get Stardust. That's what you need to enhance your runes. It's according to stars. It does not matter if it's blue, if it's purple. What matters is the amount of stars that the rune you are selecting. So I'm just selecting random 5-star special attack because I'm memorizing the symbols. I know these are special attack ones. So I'm just random 5-star special attack ones. Look at this, look at this. And I'm already getting like a lot of Stardust. But remember, before decomposing anything, you can actually lock your runes. You can just come over here, imagine that you like this rune over here, you don't want to lose it, but you don't want to upgrade it yet either. Maybe you are just keeping your runes because maybe they become useful in the future for another Pokemon. Just come over here, lock your rune. Because then, if you want to decompose, it will show that the rune is locked, and you cannot decompose it. And all of this time, you are probably wondering, like, can we change these stats, or do they are just set like that for life? And the answer is like, yes and no. You can change these stats over here, but you cannot change this one. So, with this said, we are going over here to the research and we are going to Rune Refine or Refine Rune. This is unlocked at level 70. And as you can see, and as I can see, I can only see 1 rune over here, right? This rune is plus 15. I must warn you that getting a rune to plus 15 is extremely hard. You don't want to do this unless it has a main stat that you really like. If you are powering up runes for your Pokemon and you just want to balance something just to get some more power right now, I advise you to stop at around plus 12. Plus 15 is only if you get a rune with the main stat that you want. And I can honestly just show you guys this. I don't mind spending resources for the video. Plus 13 with a 31 special attack. It's a 4-star rune, so it's not perfect. The ideal would be 5 stars with a main special attack, and I'm going to enhance it. I'm actually going to enhance 10x, and I have 1.5k Stardust. It's quite something, and as you can see, it failed. It had 1 success. I was lucky enough to get it to plus 14, but getting this to plus 15, it's going to be a pain. You need to be very lucky. Let's go back to Refine Rune. So I selected my rune over here. I cannot change the main stat, but I just have to spend 10 of those Refine stones that we got a while ago from the Rune Tower. You can also get some of those by recharging and stuff, and we are going to hit Refine. Refine will actually randomly generate other stats on the other side. It says over here Refine to X. I'm not sure what this means. Is probably some kind of crit, like, oh, you got extra stats, this one is better. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but you have the option to actually keep the stat before the refine. So for example, I do prefer my special attack in comparison to those stats. So I just choose to stay with the stats that I have. Let me just hit refine once again. And what do I have over here? Attack. No, I need special attack. Stop giving me attack. So I'm going to choose before refine, and I'm going to keep what I have. You can also come over here to the strategy store. Yes, strategy store also has reset stones for sale. So just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to buy 5. I usually don't do this. I go for these sooth bells over here. They are better for me right now. So we are going back to the research, and let's give it one more last try. And it's horrible. It's horrible. That's horrible. But oh well. As you can see, this is more of a late game thing, which is like you need a rune, 5 stars of the main stat that you want, and then you need to be lucky on getting good secondary stats. And speaking of late game, did you know that there's actually 6-star runes? As you guys understood from earlier, 6 stars means more percentage over here. It's more percentage over here. So 6-star runes, it's actually quite big. How do you get 6-star runes is not from the Rune Tower or any of those game modes though. 6-star runes, there's 2 ways. One of them is by spending money. There's this weekly bundle over here which gives you a pack that you can select a rune, even though the rune will be 100% chance the percentage on the main stat, but that percentage is still random on the stat, so you can get the stat that you don't need. Or also over here on a game mode that not many people play, but it's mostly because of the time that it is. It's quite late. They probably should change that. But every month, according to your rank, if you are, for example, top 10, well, there you go. You have 6-star runes. If you are not top 10, well, you still get some rewards because, well, getting diamond is not like the end of the world, or platinum. Like, a lot of players can easily achieve platinum, and you are already getting packs with like random 5-star orange or legendary runes, which can be nice. Now, I saved this question for last because I did not want to break the logic of all the rune explanation, which is, what should be the runes that you should be using on your Pokemon? There's a very simple logic that you can follow. So I've been studying this for a while and testing multiple percentages of the game. And in my studies, I did find out that the percentage of the runes actually scale with the Pokemon base stats. And what I mean by base stats, it's not this thing over here. It's not these stats over here. It's actually the base stats of the Pokemon itself. We go over here, we open the Pokedex, and you can see the base stats of your Pokemon. So if I have a lot of special attack and a lot of speed, if it doesn't make much sense to invest in defense or special defense runes, even though 96 is not like super low, but you will get much more stats if you invest your runes with the percentage of the stats that your Pokemon have the most. So in Greninja's case would be speed and special attack. And let me give you just a more extreme example. Blissey, okay? Look at this. It has HP and special defense. It has like a lot of stats over there. But the Blissey is super weak on the physical defense. And you're probably thinking, should I put defense runes? No, never. Over here, it's actually a never. Because this 10 base defense is nothing. And if the runes are scaling from your base stats, you will also get almost nothing, so it's a complete waste. So yeah, just use this logic and apply it to whatever Pokemon you are using. Go take a look at your base stats and think for yourself, what is the best for your Pokemon? Well, this is it. I hope I did not miss anything, but if I did, and if you guys have any questions, feel free, ask in the comments. As always, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.